My mother-in-law got cancer. Treatment in Germany cost 880,000. My two sisters-in-law made excuses, refusing to pay a dime. I didn't hesitate. I paid the full amount with my card. 3 months later, she recovered and was discharged, then called her 3 daughters-in-law. She took 3 red property deeds from her bag and handed them to my 2 sisters-in-law and me.
These are from your mother for all of you. There's one set for each of you, so make sure you put them away carefully.
I sat in the corner, waiting for her to call my name. She turned her head and looked at me coldly.
Don't just stare like that. Consider that 880,000 as your offering to me. You're not getting the house.
The whole family was silent. No one spoke up for me. The noisy living room instantly fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. My father-in-law, Zhao Guodong, silently lit a cigarette, turning his head away. My husband, Zhao Jianguo, sat stiffly, his face flushing red then pale, unable to utter a word. My sister-in-law, Qian Fanghua, lowered her head, but her lips couldn't help but curl into a smile. My second sister-in-law, Sun Lijuan's eyes flickered, quickly glancing at me with a hint of imperceptible disdain. My sister-in-law, Shao Mingting, was even more triumphant, tapping that red certificate in her hand, making a crisp sound. No one spoke up for me, not a single one. I suddenly felt that everything before my eyes was laughably absurd. I felt a string in my heart that had been taut for 3 years, and in this deathly silence, it broke with a sudden snap.
You've been married into our Zhao family for 3 years now. Your job has always been quite ordinary, and I've never seen you contribute even a single thing to this family. But this time, you actually gave me money for my medical treatment, so I suppose you do have a bit of a conscience after all, and it wasn't a complete waste, having you as our daughter-in-law.
Her words were like a blunt knife, cutting my dignity bit by bit.
Exactly. Third sister-in-law, how much is your monthly salary? This 880,000, didn't you get it from my third brother? Ultimately, it's just our Zhao family's money moving from one hand to the other.
I sharply turned my head to look at my husband, Zhao Jianguo. I desperately hoped he would stand up, even if just to retort, "Mom, don't you think this is a little inappropriate?" My mother-in-law's face instantly dropped.
What's so wrong with that? This is my house. I bought it with my own money and I'll give it to whoever I please. You're my son. Are you really going to speak up for an outsider?
I don't. Zhao Jianguo instantly deflated like a punctured balloon, his spirit wilting, closing his mouth and not daring to utter another sound. At that moment, my last shred of hope for him was completely extinguished. This man, so weak, like a useless lump of mud that couldn't be molded. Eldest sister-in-law Qian Fanghua, seeing this, immediately put on a peacemaker's facade. "Oh, sister-in-law, don't overthink it. Mom just feels for you young people. She's not putting any pressure on you. You'll have plenty of chances to earn money in the future, unlike us, who have old parents and young children to support." Every word she spoke was like poison wrapped in honey. It sounded like comfort, but in truth, it was just rubbing salt in my wounds. Second sister-in-law Sun Liwan quickly agreed. Yes, Mom loves the third son most, so she surely loves you, his wife too. 6. This money, consider it saved right here with Mom. If you ever face difficulties, would Mom not help you? They worked together seamlessly, a perfectly coordinated act. Father-in-law Zhao Guodong coughed loudly, as if to break the awkward silence and perhaps say something. But the moment he opened his mouth, his mother-in-law's sharp, piercing glare silenced him. So he too fell silent, lowering his head, focusing intently on the food in his bowl. The lively atmosphere at the dinner table quickly returned. My sister-in-law and the others excitedly discussed the house's decor style, while my husband's sister dreamed of what size projector she'd get for her spacious apartment. No one looked at me again. I felt like a transparent, lonely ghost, isolated from this false prosperity. Just then, my phone vibrated slightly. I expressionlessly took out my phone and unlocked the screen. A new email notification popped up. Sender, Munich International Oncology Center. Subject, final confirmation of Ms. Li Kuifang's follow-up treatment plan. I opened the email, quickly scanning through it. My gaze settled on the small print at the email's end. "Dear Ms. Zhang, please confirm within 24 hours whether to activate this plan, otherwise we will default to cancelling it and release the medical resources reserved for you." I stared at that email, stared at those 2 words, cancel, for a very long time. Then the corners of my mouth slowly curved into a cold arc. My mother-in-law, Li Kuifang's spirits were higher than ever. "The one Fanghua gave you is 120 square meters in the city center, right next to a mall, so shopping will be convenient. Li Yuan, your apartment is a school district apartment, 110 square meters, so you won't have to worry about your child's schooling later. Mengting, your apartment is the biggest, a penthouse in the new development with the best view." With each property she introduced, a hint of joy appeared on my big sister-in-law, second sister-in-law, and sister-in-law's faces. Those 3 red property deeds were rubbed until they shone in their hands. I watched coldly, observing the undisguised greed and smugness on their faces.
Mom, you're incredible. These 3 houses altogether must be worth 5 or 6 million, right?
Of course, this is your dad's and my life savings. If I don't give it to you, who else would I give it to?
All of my life savings. These 6 words were like a sharp needle, deeply piercing my nerves. I finally couldn't take it anymore and put down my cup. The cup's bottom hit the table, making a faint but clear, crisp sound. So, my 880,000 was just gone. Instantly, the living room grew quiet again. Everyone's eyes, like searchlights, all focused on me. The mother-in-law's smile froze, replaced by a hint of grief and indignation.
Lao-san, already sulking, grew even more offended and furious, saying, "What do you mean, you're 880,000? That's what you should pay. Lao-san is my son. You are his wife. You married into our Zhao family, so treating me, your mother-in-law, is only right and proper. Sorry."
It's the way things are meant to be. I repeated those 4 words, and a bitter taste filled my mouth. I nodded as if accepting this explanation.
Oh, sister-in-law, what's with this attitude? So you want mom to return the money to you? What kind of daughter-in-law gives money and then takes it back?
You're absolutely right. We're all family, so we shouldn't be strangers. It's really not good to let money ruin our harmony. And what's more, honoring our elders while still demanding conditions. If this news gets out, how will people ever look at our Zhao family?
AC. They talked back and forth. Every word was labeling me. Looking at their ugly faces, I suddenly felt arguing a word with them was self-insulting. I slowly stood up, and this movement made everyone quite tense. I took my phone out from my bag, holding it tightly in my hand. I wasn't looking for money. I just wanted to confirm one more thing before making my final decision. My mother-in-law stared at me warily, her eyes filled with suspicion and doubt.
What exactly do you think you're doing? I'm warning you right now, Jiang Wan. Don't you dare try to pull any funny business.
I looked at her and then smiled.